Good afternoon, Stilly fans. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm going to finish my coffee that I brewed at 3:30 this morning on auto brew. That's kind of important because I didn't go to work today. And I'm going to be honest, I honestly don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this for. It's been fun. It is fun playing games. I don't mind playing in a public forum, but there's more to life than just sitting in front of a computer screen. And the reason why I sit in front of a computer screen is because I have so much pain in my life. Going out and doing anything is really just literally a pain in my ass. Literally. It's a pain somewhere. This morning, I got up, and as soon as the fucking alarm went off, I knew today was not going to be a good day. I have arthritis in my, well, it was diagnosed in my left hip back in 2011. But earlier on this year, x rays revealed I may have arthritis in both of my knees and both of my hips. So just having a simple operation on my hip, which is kind of what I'm trying to go for, isn't necessarily going to fix what's wrong with me. We haven't even addressed the shit with the knees. And then last night, I thought, hey, you know what? Let's see if this stuff helps. I put something called Tiger Balm on my legs. Well, on my knees. I did it in the dark. I didn't realize it left an orange coloring all over my skin. Didn't really have a whole lot on my fingers, on my hands, because I didn't do it on my hands. I used just my fingers to kind of rub it in. But, oh, I look like a fucking pumpkin. Jesus fucking Christ. And then calling out sick from work. I hate calling out sick from work. I never know how to do it right, you know? I called our supervisor, my new supervisor, because I thought, okay, if we're playing it like this, then he should be the one I should be telling. And I left him a voicemail because he didn't answer. Boy, I fucking hope I dialed the right number now that I think about it. But I dialed him from my work phone, and it was his number that was in there, so maybe I should double check that in any event. Since that didn't work, rather than wake up possibly a second guy and while talking to my supervisor's manager, have my supervisor call me, and then it turns into fucking Office Space, I thought, you know what? I'll just text him. So I sent him a text. Yesterday wasn't a very good day. Yesterday kind of sucked because my mom had a surgery and I was trying to stay home. I was going to see if I could stay home. That way, in case my dad needed anything, I could help out. And turns out my dad did kind of need something, but what he needed was to answer the phone. We're not going to talk about that. But as it turns out, the surgery went good and everything as good as possible, as good as it could be. The only thing that really didn't happen was she didn't magically levitate and then move all over the place with no problems. So, yeah, that was a joke. What that means is, yeah, my mom passed on her shit to me. She's got, and I hope she didn't pass the fucking dementia shit on, because she is late stage, mid to late. I don't know what fucking stage it is, but she's literally losing her mind. And I could tell her what to do to slow it down and possibly reverse it. but unfortunately she doesn't remember. She doesn't write it down, doesn't do it. You know, sometimes people are just too set in their ways to do anything, you know. So I just don't know anymore. And then this morning, me waking up like I did, yeah, pain sucks. Don't get me wrong, I'm no stranger to pain. Like right now, my left leg is kind of throbbing a little bit on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being screaming. It's probably like a 2. But I deal with it, as we all should deal with it. But I understand why someone would check out early and voluntarily, if you know what I mean. And that's not what today is going to be about. Because, you know, you came here, I think, to see some games. You came here to see a game being played. And I got a few different games I wouldn't mind trying out. But you know what? Yeah, fuck Steam. I went ahead and downloaded some games not through Steam. So fuck them. If they want to be assholes and lose that money, then that's fine. They can be assholes and lose that money. I guess there's millions of other people that eventually maybe they'll catch on and say fuck Steam as well. I have coffee sweetened with allulose because it's coffee. No creamer today because creamer and cheese might be slowing down my carnivore transition. I'm trying to get myself fat adapted. The problem with adaptation is until you get fat adapted, you're not. What that means is when you cook ground beef and you save the fat and you pour that fat over your ground beef and you mix it in and you eat it and maybe even drink some of the leftover fat because the fat's what gives you your energy. Yeah, about 12 hours later, it comes out like a water slide, the fat. And it brings all kinds of stuff with it too. Literally, it brings all kinds of shit with it. So I'm afraid to on what I eat. I gotta be careful with what I eat. And then on top of that, this morning I didn't break my fast, but I did have. Did I finish off those two? No, last night I think I finished off the last of the chocolate bars. I have dark chocolate bars that I eat over a period of a day or two. And these are just only for the dark chocolate effect. Apparently dark chocolate is supposed to be an anti-inflammatory, and I believe what I may have experienced was a huge flare-up of inflammation in my joints, especially on my thighs, on my muscles, but in my knees. And it didn't make any sense because I had taken painkillers yesterday, and I'm trying not to take painkillers, but the painkillers I took were 2 Tylenol. And this morning I popped 3 Aleve, and they actually didn't start feeling good. I shouldn't even say good. It didn't even really start working until about probably 10 o'clock, 9:22, 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, when I noticed that instead of having like a level 7 pain in my joints, it was down to maybe a 4. And if I just walked and walked straight, there wasn't a problem. But as soon as I try and get off the bed, yeah, not happening. So, anyways, how about we play some games? What are we on? We're doing 7 Days to Die, right? Let's do 7 Days to Die. Let's finish off some 7 Days to Die. Let's see if we can get either an M60 or a compound crossbow in 7 Days to Die. Shall we? Blah. So, this game is probably one of the best single-player zombie games you are ever going... Okay, you know what? This is quite simply one of the best single-player zombie hoarding, crafting, survival games that you can buy today. It doesn't cost that much. What, 15, 20 bucks maybe? $10 on sale? I don't know. This game has been in development for a long time, and it's been evolving. The graphics used to really suck. But that was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Yeah, the graphics sucked then, but the game has gotten way better now. In fact, I think you'll enjoy what you see. Oh, gotta watch that. So let me give you a quick rundown on the way it is here. What time is it? It's 1:50 in the morning, as you can tell by the clock at the top of the screen. Normally, in 7 Days to Die, every 7 days is Blood Moon, which means you better have a horde base made because the zombies are going to show up and they're going to whoop your ass. And if you don't have a base made, you're going to have to run. You're going to have to do a lot of running, which you probably could actually do, but yeah, I don't know. So here's what we're going to do instead. Let's see, I got 128. All right. We're going to head out. Do I have food on me? Yes. Water? Yes. We're filled up. Plenty of shit. We've got 9 minutes, and we're running a bonus. We are ready to go. So here's the map. What we're gonna do is we have to go over here and turn in a whatever. So we're gonna head up this direction. I'll put a quick waypoint of right there. And you see that red flag? That's called a quick waypoint. Basically, I've completed a mission, so it tells me where I need to go. I have put it a little further beyond where I need to go. Let's turn the lights on. I'm running a full set of Enforcer armor. Enforcer? No, I'm sorry. Assassin armor. Assassin armor is probably some of the most assassin armor is probably some of the most, and right now what I'm doing is you have 93. Let's get some more. We're gonna harvest some stone here. We'll keep the lights on for you. I have a compound bow, but it's only like a level 1. So when I find a bird's nest, well, obviously I'm going to take the eggs because there's food. But I'm also taking the feathers. The reason why I'm leaving stuff in, why I'm putting a rock in there, is because in this game, if you take a bird's nest, if you loot a bird's nest, and you leave nothing in it, there's a deer over there. Let's get that deer. If you loot an egg, or if you loot a nest, and you leave nothing in it, it disappears. And now it cannot reappear because it's gone. I've never shot a bow at a deer and had the deer actually lift up off the ground and fly a foot or two. Okay, we've got plenty of stone now. My goal is to have 69. My goal is to have about 150 arrows, but you can't get arrows unless you have feathers. And in order to make stone arrows, you need to have stones. Every time you play this game, you want to always have you always want to be picking up stones and wood as you come across it. And feathers if you can. But stones and wood are what you're going to need for the majority of the things that you'll be doing in this game. Like, I have a shitload of eggs that I don't use simply because I haven't. Now, the nice thing about food in this game is that food does not spoil. So as long as you have food, then your food is going to be good. Yeah, it's not very survival-y. You hear that cracking sound? That's the new sound that they literally just updated, I believe. Because it never made that sound before today. When you kill something with the sledgehammer, you hear a crack. Which is really cool. Stones are free. You find them all over the ground. So as you walk by a stone, pick it up. Bird nests typically will have anywhere from 1 to 9. Oh, I really want that clay, but I'm not going to grab it because I don't need clay. Anywhere from 1 to 9 feathers in a nest. Now I could stop all along the way. Hold on, we got some asshole up here. This is a hunter, aka a spider. Spiders crawl around on all four legs, making weird noises. Some people do not like those noises. This game, if you are a squeamish individual, this game will fuck with you. They like to, for no reason whatsoever, you'll hear a door close in the middle of the wilderness or anywhere, and it'll make you stop and look around. Sometimes you'll hear like a footstep, and again, it'll make you stop and want to look around. And sometimes you'll hear a door close, and there's an actual door that closes. But now that I... Oh, shit. This is a lumberjack. I don't know what he's doing out here. You have to be careful now. We are in the wasteland. If you're in the wasteland and you're not careful, you can get killed by a lot of things. We're only on the outskirts of the wasteland, so that's good. Let me tell you some of the dangers in the wasteland. In the wasteland, you have bears. You have werebears. Okay, they're not really werebears, but I like to call them werebears because the regulars that show up when I'm playing this game, they get all offended. You know, like when you talk about Yoda Fett on Star Wars, and they get all bitchy because that's not funny. In the wasteland, you have landmines that you can step on. You have werebears. You've got werewolves, but I believe they're actually called dire wolves. You have mutated whatevers. This guy. Here's a mutation right here. And there's a werebear. He's dead. Jesus Christ. Too high, Stilly. Too high. Thank you for your service. Please die. That was a disemboweled GI. Now, the reason why I have no problems walking around right now in the wasteland, for starters, is because I'm a little higher level and I can move quickly. But another reason is because I have a special perk on my character that allows me to, well, let's just say it delays the explosion of landmines behind me. So as you travel through the wasteland, you're going to have 3 main hazards. Okay, 5 main hazards. One will be landmines. 2 will be zombies. 3 will be werebears. Okay, I should not. That was a very bad thing to do. That could have been a landmine.